that brings me to Rod Stewart.
Oh my goodness.
Hi, I'm Melanie.
Hi, I'm Molly, and welcome to our channel.
And I think this is like our 101
I
video.
not once went and counted our videos.
It just showed up.
Okay.
So I think it's 101
okay.
videos, which I cannot believe that we have done, and we're still talking to one another. And y'all have so graciously asked questions. So we did some questions last week.
Part 1.
Part 1, and this will be part 2. There may be part 3.
There might be.
We have more questions than I thought we would.
Mm-hmm. And some of them are deep, or they require a little bit of us digging and finding some things, which is fine.
Yes, and some of them are deep enough that I think I might just do a whole video on them instead of just giving a brief answer that to me doesn't really do it justice. So if you see yours passed over, just know that we see it. We may do that. We may just do a whole video on whatever the topic is. Mm-hmm. So this morning, let's see where we should start off. One of them, it starts off with you. And this is from Cindy Brown, who is a very sweet subscriber. Mm-hmm. And I
see your name a lot. And on Instagram. I know she follows us on Instagram too.
Yeah. And so she has asked the question, Molly, what motivates you in life and what thrills your heart more than anything in the world? It's a good question.
That's a good question. That's a tough question.
Molly, what motivates you in life? While you're thinking, I'm going to tell them that the videos that I'm working on for the church on Psalms are being released once a week. If you are interested in them, they are little short Bible studies about Psalms, and I'm going to leave a link below. And you can click on them. And Molly, you said that at the end, when all of those are played, Molly has been so gracious and so kind as to save all of the bloopers from those videos. So that will be linked down below. Now, Molly, what motivates you in your life?
I've got to muster something.
Yes, you do.
I've got to muster something. I'm one of those people who I don't read motivational books, and I find most motivational quotes cheesy, and it's not that you shouldn't enjoy those if you like them. Sam loves them, but I do not go for motivational quotes. So I'm just trying to think of what motivates me in life.
I know what doesn't motivate me, and that's money.
Yeah.
If it's something that I don't care for, I don't think there's any money in the world that would like, oh yeah, but I'll do it for that.
I like organization.
That's what I was thinking. You like things in order.
I do. I like things in order. And so on my day-to-day, my goal is typically to be efficient and organized. I know at work specifically, the guys are seeing me go through things. I've scanned in things so I don't have to have papers everywhere, and organize them in the computer system. I'm cleaning out the tool closet, and I think they're cracking up at some of that. And then here at home, I mean, you guys know that we're remodeling, and I want things to have a place and things in their place. And so that's what motivates my action, although I do have days where I'm just like, I need to rest. But is that a good answer? Does that even answer the question?
I think it's a good answer. You could always go for the spiritual.
I know.
Like you want to be pleasing to God, and that motivates you to do right in your life. You want to give Him the glory, but I don't really think maybe she was seeking a spiritual answer.
Because there is that side of it.
Yes.
Is I want to be a home, and I've told Jonathan I want to take care of my home, and sometimes there are those challenges with working in this that I don't feel that I'm doing a good job at managing my home. I want to be a manager of my home because I know that would be pleasing to the Lord, and that He has given that to me that desire. Because I think that God gives us different desires. So it's not to slam somebody for something else. It's just that I know that God had given me that desire. And at times I feel I'm lacking.
Yeah.
And anyway.
Okay, well, that's good. She asked another one that I think I'm going to spend more time on. They asked me if I'm still painting and crafting. And the answer is not right now. And it just about, it does me in on some days because I love having my hands into something creative. But all of my paint is in the storage building while we wait to build, and we've got another architect meeting coming up. So everything's in storage. So for me to get to that, Bob, who is very OCD, has everything stacked up to the ceilings in that storage unit, and I cannot get to my paint or any of my stuff. And so I'm trying to be patient. And one of the things that I have been doing that I'm going to talk about, I think in another video and do a little giveaway, is I've been reading again. So during a lot of my free time, I would do painting, some kind of crafts and all. But since I haven't had that available, I've been reading. And I want to share with y'all some books in another video that we will do on just good books I've read lately. Have you been reading at all? I don't think you've had much time.
No.
Oh, here's someone that would like to see stories that has pictures and has to do with our favorite design style for your home. So that is something that we're going to have to get really organized on when we talk about our homes and our design style. So
yeah, because I saw, is that what you're looking at? What is y'all's favorite design style for your home? Maybe some pictures. Yeah. So
yeah. Although I will say, Molly, you're more industrial. And
eclectic.
Mine is, Molly says eclectic.
It's cheerfully eclectic.
Whimsical, maybe. And most everything that I own is sentimental and has a story to it.
What's that, Mary Bright? Or, you know, I'm trying to say that.
I used to say I was sort of Mary Englebright meets shabby chic. But I don't even know if that fits anymore.
Yeah.
It's just most of it, of everything I have has a story or a memory or something attached. And I do not like neutral colors.
Yeah, she does not like
which
neutral
goes
colors.
Against the grain of the whole world right now.
Yeah, well, but I think people are I'm starting to see it on TikTok. I'm starting to see people go like pops of color, and I think eventually that will lead to more color.
So do y'all like color or you neutrals? And I must say, if I'm in someone's home and they have neutrals, I do find it very calming. Yeah. But maybe I don't want to be calm.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I know that neutral colors, even for babies' clothes.
Oh, that's just, so in.
Is so in. So in, which is just funny to me because I just like the bright, happy, sunny, blue, yellow, all those colors. Yeah. So, yeah. We talked about favorite food last week, so I'm going to skip over that. But y'all can watch part 1 of these questions and answers. We don't want to bore you to tears and find out what, didn't we talk about? We did. We talked about our favorite food. This is Joyce Schuster. Joyce, you asked some really good questions. I wish I'd thought more on them, because I read them and I'm kind of panicked. It says, what kind of music do you like? Your favorite singer or group?
Well, she loves Doris Day.
I love Doris Day, who's before my time. It's my mother's time. And I love Doris Day and Frank Sinatra.
You also like some good praise and worship.
Yes, I love praise and worship music. And then I have to say I love 70s. I love 70s music.
Yeah.
All those groups, the Commodores and the Doobie Brothers, the Eagles, and so many. I love music. I like sometimes to listen to 1940s music. I like, I like some modern
rap.
Just a few.
She likes it as a beat.
I like things.
The hip hoppy.
It's very
peppy.
People of my generation will know the American Bandstand, where they would have them like rate a record. So a lot of this generation, you know what a record is.
I do, yeah.
And so they would listen to songs and then they would rate a record. And most of them would say, oh, I really liked it. It had a great beat and it was easy to dance to. That was the whole thing. It was easy to dance to. So back in my era, it was disco music, which I can't say was my favorite. But in the car with my dad, we never listened to anything disco-ish or modern or anything. It was always old Hank Williams, George Jones, Tammy Wynette, Dolly Parton. So I have to say I can love that too. I love music. I love all kinds.
I grew up listening to the Judds, and
the Judds were amazing.
And then she eventually just started listening to Christian talk radio, and that was the worst for us as kids because we wanted to get in the car like you did, I'm sure, with your dad and listen to fun music, and instead we got bought radio and stuff like that.
Bot radio is so awesome, y'all. And you can have it as an app on your phone.
Great.
And listen to great sermons. Molly, I needed to expand my brain.
I get it. Well, I get it now as a parent. I totally get it. And with Hattie, I try to find music that we both like. I love, like, my favorite artists. They are, and you might have heard of them, Shane and Shane.
Yeah.
They grew up together. Well, I say they grew up together. I think they met each other in college. I could be wrong. But they're lovely. I mean, their Psalms live album, their Psalms 2 live album is a go-to. When Daddy was going through cancer, very sick, I listened to some of their stuff nonstop because it's very, if it's not right out of the Bible, then, I mean, theologically, the songs and lyrics that they create are, you know, inspired by God's word. So if not exact out of, you know, the Bible. So, I mean, just, I've been listening to them for years and I love it, and it's great stuff. It's so good. That's my favorite artist.
That brings me to Rod Stewart.
Oh my goodness.
Because you know we played a Rod Stewart song at your dad's funeral.
What song?
It was Have I Told You Lately That I Love You.
I don't remember.
It's a great song, Rod Stewart.
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh my.
Yes. Rod Stewart has played in
Rod
our
Stewart.
sanctuary.
I knew that Daddy liked some.
Well, that was more for me than him.
What would you call it? Like rock and roll? Rock music?
Yeah. Rod Stewart was pretty pop. He wasn't really rock, and that man is still around, I think.
I think so.
Yes, because it seems like he may even be putting on a concert at some point or another. So James Taylor, we played a James Taylor song at your dad's funeral. You've Got a Friend, I think. Yeah, it was
really? That would be sweet.
And we had the pictures up on the screen and all.
Yeah, that matches him. Also, I like this girl named Lennon Stella. I don't love all of her lyrics because she has some. I wish she could do songs without curse words because I have to only listen to it when Hattie's not around. Or you could tell me not to listen to it at all. But she's a beautiful voice, and I love some of her lyrics. They're just pretty. They're pretty and soft. Have I heard her? I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
some very smart person asked who my favorite son-in-law was.
Oh.
Whoever asked started with a J.
No. Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling
John.
that would be Jonathan, Molly's husband.
Because how many son-in-laws do you have?
I just have one, but he is absolutely wonderful.
You think that's why Daisy isn't interested right now? She knows that there's no man.
Oh, I'm praying for a man for Daisy. Daisy's my youngest daughter, who is on this channel. She is a woman of mystery and very elusive. But, I want her to get a good man.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't every
And I hope that John and him will get along great. They'll be like best buds.
Yes, I hope so too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Tell us more about your families. I love it, Melanie, when you talk about the kids. I have to be so careful talking about the kids.
I don't. What are they going to do? Kick me out of the family?
Who are you going to talk about?
I don't talk about any of them. You want to know about the kids? I'll tell you about the kids. I'm the favorite.
Oh, they all pretty much say that. I'll tell you what, and there was another question on here asking me about my time growing up. I was the oldest of 4 girls altogether. And I have discovered, and I'm sure y'all have discovered too, that when you all get together and you talk about memories and things that happened, everybody has a very, very different take on when it was, who said it. Sometimes something that in my memory is such a happy memory. For one of my sisters, they were like, oh, that was awful. Because everybody's perspective is so different. Yeah, I think it would be the same with you kids probably.
Oh, probably.
That y'all would just view certain situations very differently.
Yeah.
I was telling someone the other day about the big blue van.
Mm-hmm.
Since we had a large family, kind of the end vehicle for large families was a Suburban.
Yeah.
So we did not have the Suburban.
We did not.
We did not have the Suburban. What your dad would do would be to go to the car lot and he would say, I need your biggest van. There was no discussion of colors, features, any of that. We just needed a dependable, large vehicle. And for some reason, every time we had to go buy another one, it was always blue. So, do you remember anything else?
No, I just remember there was always a big van.
And
always a big van.
And it was a big blue van. And some of them were nicer than others.
Well, one of them he got, I think the last one that we had a TV built into it. Now, eventually the TV broke, and so I think we just removed the whole console out of it. But, you know, for a while there, it was just like, wow, you put videotapes in there.
Yeah, that was a pretty big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then the rule that we had was whoever washed dishes
the last time,
that we got to ride in the front seat.
Mm-hmm.
And that worked really well for a lot of years because we didn't have a dishwasher.
Not until we moved out to the country,
Yeah, the house that we lived in for most of the time raising y'all.
I was 15 when we moved.
Yeah. Well, if you say so. I don't remember numbers and stuff.
I think I was around 15 when we moved because we also retired from foster care at that time.
Yeah.
And so it kind of all lined up somewhere in those.
That's true. We kind of adopted our way out of the foster care program and moved to the country. And it was that country house that had an updated kitchen with an island that you loved, and we had a dishwasher. And magical. That was pretty exciting. But by then, most of y'all were driving.
Yeah.
So sitting in the front seat was not a good incentive for that anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, here's one that interests me, and this is from Helen Stevenson, and this is an excellent question. She says, I love watching you sweet ladies together. That's nice. My question to you both is, are you as happy off camera as you are on camera? And is your relationship always so positive towards one another? Because she said, you guys always seem so positive, and that in itself is good to see. What would you say? Are we both as happy off camera as we are on camera?
I think that what you see is how I am. Because there's sometimes where we might film, and I'm like, I feel like I was just lackluster or not peppy enough, and I think I am what I am, and I really don't hide that from anybody. Although I'm sure there are things that I would not share on camera that I would with my mom in private, just because I wouldn't want to offend anybody, or I don't know, there's just a lot when you bring someone in. But
I think you are who you are when you're sitting here.
Yeah.
Because you are, I think, more confident, and you are bolder.
I'm pretty honest.
And I'm not dishonest, but I will walk a long way around a subject to not hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah, you will.
I hate to hurt anybody's
But that's how you
feelings.
are in real life.
Yes, that's exactly how I am in real life.
But yeah, she's always, I say you're always. I mean, we all have our days, but yes, she is usually happy and peppy and cheerful and always desires, if not lives it out, to have a positive mindset and to choose joy. You always choose joy.
Well, oh, I hope so.
You try real hard.
Okay, what about our relationship with each other? Do you ever remember?
I remember a lot, Mom.
Yeah, you probably do. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember any deep chasms of, like breaks in our relationship.
No.
Maybe as a teenager, there were times when you were making it
utterly
on your
annoyed.
own.
Oh.
You were utterly annoyed with me?
Oh, there were times. I used to keep a diary. Did you ever come across a diary?
Oh, no, but let me tell you, I'm keeping one now.
Are you?
Yes, and I think I told one of my friends the other day that I need to let her know where it is.
Yes, you do.
So she could burn it before anybody found it.
Yes, that's why I really don't anymore, is because I thought, oh, Lord, help me if something happens to me, or when.
Well, it's good to get your feelings out.
It is. But yeah, no, there were times where you might say, Molly, can you come hand me this? And I'm like, she is right there. She is right there. And I remember writing that down. Why do I always have to get up and go get it?
I probably had my hands full of decoupage
I do
glue.
it to Hattie all the time, except my daughter goes, why can't you do it? Well, I was too afraid to ask that question because, Daddy was on the other end of her. My kid's like, why can't you walk? Like she will be flat out, and I just remember, and it takes me back to that.
Oh, that's funny.
But I will say, I grew up very much a daddy's girl, and how I feel like Hunter and Zach. I mean, we had mutual love and respect for both of our parents, but I was a daddy's girl.
Yeah.
And when Daddy died, there was like this whole part of her personality that I never saw. And I don't know if it was just because of who you are. You're fine for Daddy to shine. You didn't need. But I was like, this woman's funny.
Well, he was funny. And I could just sit in the background and just laugh and enjoy him.
And you did.
I did. But I guess when he died,
you took center stage. And I was like, man. I was like, you need to meet my friends. Hey, y'all need to come have dinner with my mom and I. And my mom would be like, you don't want me having dinner with your friends? I'm like, yes, I do.
Well, that's nice because your other sister, she did not see in the same family.
In the same family.
In the same family, Daisy wanted me nowhere around. Please make yourself as inconspicuous as possible.
Dad died when I was 20.
Yes.
So, I mean, it took me.
And she was 20. What, 5?
Yeah. So, I mean, there's a whole lot more years of her having you in the limelight in a way that I didn't.
Yeah.
But I would say that after he passed away, it's not that I didn't love you or have a connection in our own ways. It just grew and it evolved into a different...
Yeah. He was just so...
hilarious.
Wonderful and hilarious and entertaining. And many times I just thought, oh, why was it him that died?
Yeah.
Why couldn't it have been me?
Oh, I don't know if he could have handled some of this stuff, though. Honestly, he probably would have disowned all of us at different points in our life.
Well,
I feel like our relationship, though, to answer the question, has only grown and gotten better. And yeah, I think it's fantastic. Although she probably wishes I'd call more. But she doesn't answer when I call.
Well, and you know why? You put your phone on silent to go, because I get nervous and I think, what if my phone rang and I was in a meeting or something, and then I forget.
And then she goes, I'll always answer my children's calls.
When I see them or when I hear them, I will always answer you.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. Well, I think that that's good stuff, and it proves the point about how everybody in the same family can have very different perspectives.
Yeah, Sam hates you. Just kidding. I'm kidding. It's a lie.
So, and I do have 5, and she talks about them like them, but there's Hunter, Zach, Molly, Sam, and Daisy. So when you hear her or me talk
Hunter,
about
Zach, me, Sam, Daisy.
Yes, so that's kind of the flow of the family. But what about y'all? Can you get together with your siblings and be telling a story and then one of them say, that's not what happened at all? Or she was too mad, or no, that wasn't funny.
I could see you going to Sonic with your mom and your sisters and going, isn't this glorious? We're all sharing a Coke. While another sibling's like, yeah, we all had to share Coke.
Yeah.
It was the worst thing ever. And you're like, oh, do you remember? And you looking at it with a lens of joy and positivity, and someone else going, I never got my own Coke.
Yeah.
How sad is that?
Yeah, well, we're all different, I guess. Do you feel like we've talked a long time and we should stop?
I think when we get to talking, we always talk a long time.
Okay, let's see.
You want to answer one more? Find one more?
Yes. What movie? This is from... Oh, I like her. I love her. She always gives great comments.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not. It's
but
not
I don't
her.
know how to say it.
I was looking at the questions.
I just always say it in my mind, and I think I say Susquehanna, Smiley.
Oh, I like that, though, how you say it.
Well, how would you have said it?
I think I would have butchered it, and now that you've said it, I'm like, well, I could see why you would say that.
And she can maybe phonetically sound it out for us, but she asked, what movie always makes you laugh or cry? And that is a great question.
Well, I don't like movies that make me cry, so I'm going to have to think about ones that make me laugh.
Yeah. Well, while you're thinking, I'll tell them my go-to. Do you know my go-to?
Pillow Talk?
Yes. Yes. If I just want to disconnect from the real world and just smile, and if I want to see eye candy and pops of color, I watch Doris Day and Rock Hudson in Pillow Talk. Yes. Now, since I was named after Gone with the Wind, I have to say that, you know, would be one of my favorite movies. I don't know if it really is anymore. I just feel like I have to say that because, and which is silly because Mother is not alive, but that's where she got my name.
Yeah.
And she was very pregnant when she watched the movie, and it was very long. And from what I understand, in her pregnancy, she could not wait another minute to see the credits, to see how to spell Melanie. And so that's why my name ended up being Melony instead of like Miss Melanie, Melanie.
Yeah.
So, have you thought of yours?
Not movie, but I can tell you that I love Seinfeld and The Office to make me laugh. But I do love a good drama, but I'm not really big into movies that make me cry. I don't know why. If I think it's going to make me cry, I'm probably not going to want to watch it.
No, you watch Anne of Green Gables.
Now, those are my favorite. Oh, yeah.
Anne of Green Gables.
Pride and Prejudice,
yes.
the Keira Knightley version, and Anne of Green Gables, the Megan Follows series. Those are my two favorite, all-time favorites.
Yeah, another thing about me is I rarely watch movies more than once.
I will go back and watch Pride and Prejudice and Anne of Green Gables multiple times.
Yes, and my husband, Bob, will watch things over and over and over.
Like Gilmore Girls.
Yes. Like Gilmore Girls. And if he's watching this, you know it's true. And that's what you do.
I can see him just...
Yeah, I mean, it's just, would you look at him and think Gilmore Girls?
No.
No, he's just a big old Marine guy, and he loves the Gilmore Girls and watches it for all the family drama going on there. So, I love Andy Griffith.
Yeah,
the Andy Griffith show. That can always just kind of bring down the blood pressure. There's a lot.
I saw a thing that said... The reason why that show was so popular and so peaceful is because no one was married.
I saw someone say that.
No one was married. And then I got to thinking, yeah, who was married in that show?
I think the town drunk
was married.
Old Otis.
Otis was married. Yeah.
Yeah, like Aunt B wasn't married.
No, Andy, Barney.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
What's y'all's favorite show? Leave a comment below, because if you have a favorite movie, since I don't like watching things more than once, I do sometimes, but it's not my favorite thing to do. I would love to get some new favorites going, wouldn't you? Or a sitcom, it doesn't matter to me. A TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Did I mention Frasier? I like Frasier. There's something about his sarcastic sense of humor that is very funny to me. So, all right. We have answered more questions. We'll go through again and maybe throw in a few more. And then, like I say, there's some in here that are really worthy of a whole video. They just kind of express one big concept, and like, we should do a video on that. Yeah.
So I appreciate even just things that we can get together and chit chat about, and
all right. If you haven't, we'd sure appreciate it if you liked this video.
And subscribe if you're not.
And some people say share it. So that's
up to you.
That's total. Yeah.
Well, I mean, all of it is up to you.
Yeah, we have no control over.
But we
what
would
they're
like
doing.
it if you liked it.
Yeah. All righty. Hope y'all are having a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Oh, we went to Taco Bueno.
Hot dang Tex-Mex right there.
Bob says, I have to decide where we go. So I said Taco Bueno.
And then he usually...
And I could tell that he was not crazy about the idea, but he had said I could decide so many times. I didn't know anything about Taco Bueno. Nothing. I don't know if I've ever eaten at Taco Bueno.
Why did you say Taco Bueno?
Because I saw their sign sticking up over the interstate, and so I said, let's go to Taco Bueno.
Over the interstate?
Well, coming home from church... That's sort of the interstate.
Yeah, you're talking about Whataburger and all the places, and
it sort of was up above. It was the highest sign up, and I said, because my brain was tired and I didn't want to pick out a place, so I said Taco Bueno, and then I could see he was like, oh,
because usually you would say Taco Bueno, and he would say, no, let's go here, and he has a backup ready.
Yeah, well, he told me that we won't be going to Taco Bueno again. The girl was not friendly, and his something was soggy or something. So anyway, mine was fine. Okay, so are you ready?
Never.
I think I'm as good as it gets.
Yeah, because the Sasquahala, she also asked how we met our spouses.
Yes, well, that's a dark tale.
Is that a dark? Why is that a dark tale?
Well, because mine is so complicated with Bob.
35 minutes.
Oh, wow, that's plenty, huh?